Good people, how are you people? Hopefully everybody is doing great. It's on a it's on a Thursday. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's on a Saturday. On a Saturday evening, I'm doing my Friday trade review. Sorry, no. I'm doing my Friday um, trade review and also get to learn or get to draw some lessons that I drew from Friday, NFP Friday. That is usually the first week of every month. At the first Friday of every month, we have news that we refer to NFP that mostly we shouldn't be trading. And from this point, I guess I'll tell you why we should not be trading this NFP. So, but from my charts, you can see what happened, and I'll be explaining that in a minute, in a few minutes. Then get to understand what can we do next, or what maybe next time should we expect. So welcome to Friday, to the Friday trade review. Friday today is on date 6th, so it was the 5th episode of the 365 episode, not minus the weekends. So 365 minus all the weekends. These are the episodes I'll be recording every day, because this will be is my journal, and get to learn and improve, getting better, 1% better every day, all day. So let's get cracking and see what happened on Friday. So on Friday, I was bullish on these exotics because I've got to shift from gold, and I'm seeing, as for me, the exotics are working out for me, are working well for me. And what I mean by exotics, these are the pairs that do not contain the USD in them, right? Euro USD. So Euro USD contains USD in it, right? So I'm trading these pairs and that majorly have the JPY, the Japanese yen. That's what we call exotics. So far so good for me over here, the exotics, and I'm observing some patterns. I'm getting to learn how these pairs are getting to move, or to yeah, the candles forming, right? So let's get cracking and get to see why was I bullish on that day, right? So before that, I was trading also, was it CAD JPY? Yeah, I guess you can see my other two trades over here on CAD JPY. I'll delete this that makes this chart dirty. So yeah, I guess you can see the other trade, but I'll talk about that. I'll start with these trade number one. So what we can see is, damn, my network connection is out. Sorry guys, please give me time to make this right. Damn, signing me again. Yeah, we're back. Sorry for that, for these mess up or fuck up, but yeah, we'll at one point get to to have our strong networks, and maybe other devices that will help us on our analysis. So let's get praying and let's keep walking, because work without action, or action minus faith minus action is dead, right? So I was bullish on Swiss franc Japanese yen, and from the higher time frames, let's go and get to see why was I bullish. So the daily wasn't that clear for me, but we had this buy side liquidity over here. So we had this buy side liquidity over here, but for me the daily, because it was on Friday, I didn't like I had to drop down to the 4 hour time frame so that I can get to see what the 4 hour time frame was really doing. So what I observed is I saw this 4 hour candle, which for me, because we had closed above these long wicks, consequent encroachment, you can see this candle closed above the midpoint of this long wick. So to me, this was a sign that we are bullish, right? So I saw this order block being formed. So after I'd seen that, I dropped also to the lower time frames. And by the way, I didn't spot something. So I missed out something that really, to some extent, it costed me. Because I didn't put keenness on that key level. So, but I'll be telling you why. So over here, I saw another order block that had already been formed in the 3 hour time frame. We had this order block, then we had this rally higher, then price retraced. You can see the two lines. These are the two lines that I had lagged in my analysis, but later on when prices retraced lower, I was asking myself, why price retraced? Then I got my answer, so I'll be explaining. So I saw this order block earlier because it was on a Thursday, and since I was trading on a Friday, so it was a key level for me because if I'm bullish, I couldn't want to see it being violated, right? So what price did is retraced lower, tapped into the order block, then rallied higher. It was candles were closing, as you can see, above the consequent encroachment. But for the order blocks, we call the midpoint the mean threshold. Instead of the consequent encroachment, we call the midpoint of an order block as a mean threshold. So you can see how the candles were closing above the mean threshold of that order block. Then yeah, we had this rally higher, and we can see these other candle retraced. So inside the 2 hour time frame, we have also another order block, right? Over here we had a rally higher, then we had a fair value gap from these let me mention the 3 hour fair value gap. I've been talking. Oh no, we had a fair value gap here. I can remember we had this fair value gap, which for me it was an inversion fair value gap because it was to support prices higher, right? From this candles high to this candles low over here. This candles high around this zone, and this candles low. I mean, we have these fair value gap because these are BC, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficient. So yeah, but in the 2 hour time frame, we have now these two lines. I guess you can see we have now this fair value gap here. I didn't spot it. I didn't see it before. I came to see it after. So we had this order block, rallied higher, created a fair value gap there. Then we had these long wicks. These long wick retraced, took the liquidity, then it rallied lower. You can see how the bodies were respecting these. Now it's not a 3 hour. It's not a 3 hour for now. It was a 1 hour because I shifted it lower to a 1 hour fair value gap. So this is the fair value gap I didn't spot, right? So what happened on Friday is price retraced, right? Tapped into the liquidity, retraced lower, rallied and tapped into this 2 hour in fair value gap, supported it higher during the news, then rallied higher to clear the liquidity that had been formed here. And guess what? Our partial, I took a partial here, but the market didn't retrace to my 1 to 2. I guess, was it? Yeah, 1 to 2, right? So after I'd taken my partial, I shifted my stop loss to break even. So I was risking nothing. So what did the market do? It rallied, didn't tap my TP, rallied lower, took me out at break even, or tapped my stop loss at my entry. So I didn't make any loss. So dropping lower to the 1 hour time frame, which was confusing, and because it was an NFP week, it was somehow experimenting how these Swiss franc, Japanese yen usually react to the news, because it is the first time I'm trying to trade it. So I was kind of analyzing it or trading it, but I usually know NFP is the news that we should be avoiding to trades. But I did have my trade because with the proper risk management, of course, and yeah, that did happen. So what happened is, this is not the pair I take in my passions. I'm explaining another pair. Sorry guys, but yeah, let's see how the price did play out. And something else, for I don't know how I shall be a lesson to learn. Never buy in a premium. What do I mean by saying never buy in premium? Premium is when prices are expensive. um, I want to give analogy, or a market analogy, right? Hopefully this will help us understand what I mean by premium and discount. So assume you're in the market and you've gone to buy maybe some clothing, and in the market, you as a buyer, you want to buy that clothing at a cheaper price, right? Whereas a seller would like to sell that clothing at a higher price that I say is expensive, right? You getting me? So when I'm talking about premium, is now these expensive price or higher prices. When I'm talking about discount, is the cheaper prices that we should be buying when a clothing is cheaper, or we should be selling. If we are sellers, we should sell this clothing when the prices are expensive, right? So that we can maximize the profits. Also, this analogy works also in the market. Mostly we do not want to buy when the prices are expensive, right? I'll be elaborating this. And we do not want to sell when prices are cheaper, because we will not be making any profit if the prices are cheaper, right? So we want to buy when the prices are cheaper, so that we save some amount, and also sell when prices are expensive or higher prices, so that we may maximize our profits. So the mistake I also did on Friday is I bought on premium. You can see these were my buys, but where I bought them at premium. And what do I mean by premium? So I want to take the most immediate swing low, right? Um, let's use the 1 hour time frame. Using the 1 hour time frame, we've seen price retrace lower into this fair value gap, and also this fair value gap respected the fair value gap, meaning this price leg is balanced, right? From this low to the high, right? It dropped lower, but it at this level it started buying, right? Let's see if it had retraced to discount or cheaper prices. So there's a tool here I like to use. So I use from this swing low to these I would like using it the other way around, from that high, yeah, to this swing low over here. Are we there? Yeah, to this swing low. So my green level is discount, right? Is the premium level when prices are expensive, using this price leg from this low to this high, right? Over here prices are expensive, and over here prices are cheaper, right? So using this price leg, if we are in buys, we want to see price deliver to cheaper prices, right? Assuming we were to buy a cloth, we want to buy when prices are cheaper. So using this green as premium expensive prices, and this red as cheaper prices, price retraced into that level, then we can see it started buying, right? Now, because we have this price leg balanced, we will not use this price leg. Damn, my network. So yeah, because we have seen price retrace to discount, meaning we are done with this price leg. Now we move to the next price leg, which was this high, right? Before my because I usually trade during New York, and this happened on Thursday, meaning this price action had already happened. So using this high this low now, right? So this is the low I'm using. The same analogy. Over here we have expensive prices. Over here we want to see cheaper prices retrace to discount, then rally higher. So I don't know, I didn't focus on these. I wasn't keen on premium discount, so I did a mistake. I bought in premium, so I was taken out when prices was retracing to discount. Right, you can see this PDRA that had been formed, this fair value gap, the 2-hour fair value gap. It had been left open because of a reason, right? So the market retraced. Damn, my network, sorry again, I don't know, it's because I'm out of my house, I don't know why. Yeah, we're back again, sorry. Let's continue with our class. Come on, come on. Come on now. Damn, so yeah, like we don't want to be buying when prices are expensive. We have to see a retracement to discount. What I mean by discount is when prices are cheaper. Why? My network is on and off. Come on. Come on. So we don't want to be buying when prices are expensive, right? Because we'll not make the profits. We want to buy when prices are cheaper, then from which we'll maximize our profits. Come on, man. What's up? Yeah, we're back. Hopefully it will sustain us until the video is done. So yeah, so the mistake I was saying is I bought at maximum, and what happened, I was taken out when price was retracing to discount, and the level I was telling you that the market had left intentionally. This is intentional because the market had to retrace to that level for that to buy, right? So damn, why is it hopefully it will not move back. Hopefully, come on. Come on. Yeah, we're back. So the mistake I did is buying in premium, then price retraced to the 2-hour fair value gap. You can see this intentional level, right? So price tapped into it at first, so forget about the second time. Also the second time it was tapped into, then the market started buying. So in this level, going back to the 1-hour time frame, we can see the market took me out, tapped into this 2-hour fair value gap during the news, then we can see that rush higher. So if I could have been keen with my analysis and spotted maybe this fair value gap with my stop being there, with my trade being there, and my stop being below this low, then maybe target a 1 to 2. Yeah, you can see my trade could have, my TP could have been hit. And one thing I will be stressing on is premium discount levels, right? So I bought in premium, and what happened, I was taken out when price was retracing to discount, then price rallied higher. And over here I didn't take my partials because this was the level I had anticipated to take a partial. Then if anything will happen, then I will be good, but over here I didn't. But this was the mistake I did make, buying in premium. So going to the CAD JPY, where I had one of my trade hit TP and the other one partials. This was the level I took partials. So I want to explain why I was bullish also. So over here what I had spotted is we had this 4-hour fair value gap from these candles high as well as these candles low. So we had this fair value gap and also we had this buy side liquidity above here. So because we had cleared this buy side liquidity over here, you can see these other blue line. So this candle closed above it, but the market was using it as support, right? The previous highs being used as support now, right? So the market tapped onto the support, then rallied higher. But what I saw, we had this order block as well as over here, because this is the Japanese yen. Then this other candle, I guess it had closed above, right? Closed above. So for me it was I was bullish. So what I spotted is going to the 3-hour. Over here I had nothing, but at around this time, it was a Thursday, the market had retraced, tapped into this order block. So for me, this price action over here was balanced, right? So the farthest I could have wanted to see price retrace to was to the 3-hour weak constant consequent encroachment over here, right? Also dropping the 2-hour time frame, sorry, the 2-hour time frame, what I spotted is we had this fair value gap, but this order block, right? So this is the 4-hour order block that I'm from showing you, or going back to it so that some other people will not see. So from the low to the high of these black candle or the bearish candle, you can see that's my order block, right? So going back to the 2-hour time frame, so the 4-hour time frame is also paired with another 2-hour time frame that price had already retraced to, meaning everything below is balanced for me. So I couldn't want to see price go below the consequent, and I didn't want to see price retrace to below the consequent encroachment of this order block. Also a mistake I did put it's not a mistake, but it's being conservative. I did have my stop too wide, but below here instead I could have placed it below the consequent, just slightly below the consequent encroachment of this order block. But it's nice being conservative. And going back to the 1-hour time frame, that's when you can see we had this 1-hour fair value gap, then we had this retracement higher. So my trade was based in the consequent encroachment of this, my first trade, because this was my first trade. I put a limit in at the midpoint of this 1-hour fair value gap, because you can spot it there. I put there, then I was tapped into, market rallied, then retraced into this 4-hour. As you can see over here, it retraced into this 1-hour fair value gap, then rallied to my TP1. I took out partials because it was news at around this zone. Took out my partials there. Then you can see how the market didn't tap to my TP over there. So this is the thing I was explaining before. I had these had been taken out, then market tapped into this 4-hour fair value gap. You can see the bodies are respecting the 4-hour fair value gap, closing at the low of that 4-hour fair value gap. Because I had my TP there, so my TP1, my trade 1 TP was hit, but my trade 2 my trade 2 TP wasn't hit. Yeah, so this was the analogy for the first trade. Now I want to go back to the lower time frames and explain why I did take my my second trade. So over here what I spotted is we had this. So I saw this reaction of the consequent encroachment of this 1 hour fair value gap. So as it was running, I was watching a fair value gap inside this level. So immediately this other candle closed, so I entered my trade on this next candle. Then you can see was in profit. Then market rally lower below my entry, tapped into the 1 hour fair value gap during the news. Then we had this sharp movement higher, but wasn't taken out. But I was taken out for the second time, first for the second trade, this one by the way. I did move my stop loss to this level afterwards, to the low of this fair value gap, but I was taken out, and was a good trade, or was a good day for me, because I had key levels from which I was to, from this level I expected price to tap into the consequent encroachment of this for a value gap, then rally lower, but that didn't happen. But everything else went as wanted, right? Also, I've spotted the same mistake I wasn't keen on using I don't know how to say gene or gain box. So from the low to the high, right? The same mistake. I took my trade or my buy when price was inexpensive, right? I didn't. My second trade, this is a mistake, right? But the first one I did have it, but I wasn't that keen on premium and discount levels. So price rallied lower, tapped slightly into discount, then sharply rallied higher. So premium discount levels they are a thing to be watching on. So but Friday was a good trade, and maybe we'll keep improving all day every day. So that's the video for today. I would like to thank you. Please remember to like the button, tap tap that like button, and subscribe to my channel so that we may get 1% better all day every day. It's your boy Ranks over here. So until next time, be safe. Bye.